Hi, my name's Monique Rhodes, and I'm really excited to teach you today about heartbreak. So, I'm a happiness strategist, and I've taught thousands and thousands of people how to be happier. My programs are used in over 70 colleges and universities worldwide. Before I begin about heartbreak, I just want to do a slight disclaimer. I live in Costa Rica in the middle of the jungle, and right outside my window right now is some howler monkeys. I think they're the second loudest mammal in the world. So if you hear a strange noise, that's all that's going on. It's the howler monkeys outside my window. So when we think about heartbreak, there's a moment after heartbreak where it's easy for us to think, will I ever feel like myself again? And the pain can feel so all-consuming that it seems like it's redefined who you are. And here's the truth. When something or someone is ripped away from your life, it does change you. But what if that change could eventually be a doorway, not a dead end? You see, heartbreak isn't just about loss, it's about identity. When we love someone deeply, we often build parts of ourselves around that relationship. What we do together, how we feel seen by them, who we are in their presence. And when that disappears, it's not just the other person we miss. It's the version of ourselves that lived in that connection. So recovery isn't just about moving on. It's about rediscovering who you are when the noise dies down. It's about learning to be with yourself in the quiet without filling that space with distractions, which is so easy for us to do, or rushing to replace what was lost. And that can feel terrifying. But it's also where the transformation begins. I remember a client who once told me she felt like a shell after her partner left. It felt like everything was muted. The colors of her life, her appetite, even her sense of humor. And she kept trying to outrun the grief. She did it through traveling, through working, through dating, and nothing helped. And eventually, she sat still long enough to feel the pain fully. And then she began journaling. Just a few minutes a day at first, she wrote about the sadness, the anger, the regrets. And then something beautiful happened. She started writing about her dreams, her own dreams, not ones that were shared or shaped by someone else. And that's when the shift began. So we don't always realize it, but heartbreak can be a mirror. What it does is it reflects back all the places where we've given ourselves away, all the stories we've told about who we need to be loved. And if we're brave enough to look, we find something raw and real underneath. We find ourselves. And this is where compassion comes in. Not just for the person who hurt you, but for yourself. You might feel silly for still crying after all this time. You might feel ashamed of how you acted or what you tolerated. But healing doesn't come from judgment. It comes from offering yourself the same kindness you would give a friend. What if you saw your heart not as broken, but as tenderized? What if these cracks are the places where new life gets in? What if your job right now isn't to rush toward being okay, but to be present with what is, without shame, without self-abandonment? So this tenderness, this uncertainty is fertile ground. You get to ask yourself, what do I want now? Not just in a partner, but in life, in friendships, and how you spend your mornings, and what makes you happy. So recovery from heartbreak isn't linear. One day you might feel free, and the next day you might feel like you slip backward. That's normal. You're not broken, you're becoming. So take your time. Go slow. Let yourself feel. Let yourself rebuild, not into the person you were, but into someone even more whole, someone who knows their own strength, someone who can hold happiness and sorrow in the same breath, someone who belongs to themselves. Because on the other side of heartbreaking isn't just healing, it's awakening. And you, my friend, are worth awakening for. I hope you will subscribe, like this video so we can help more people be happier. As always, be kind, take care, go gently in the world.